Screams.
Go. Yeah. Direct it, make it, make it, make it. Go. Yeah.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Backstage. I'm your host and curator, Iz Avila. I got my co-pilot again in the house with me. Say what's up, Phil.
Co-pilot. What's up, Iz?
As I said, when have you seen a plane fly without a co-pilot?
I've seen some bad landings without a co-pilot,
Right?
so,
Yeah, so
I'm with you.
You got to make sure you shout out your squad and the team. Shout out to our incredible podcast team that helps us get it done. Now, today is unique and special for us.
It is.
We have an incredible guest sitting right next to me, and I feel extremely, I'm not going to say privileged, but I feel blessed to be able to get her time. And so, without any further ado, let's give it up for the mayor of Fontana, the beautiful Aquanetta Warren in the house.
Who has been featured conversationally in a couple of these episodes, because I think Steffi was going to talk shit about her on a prior episode.
Ouch.
And we made sure we didn't do that. So
Let's make a note. That is Phil's first curse word on the backstage.
There's one.
So he's got one brownie point there.
Okay.
He's going to run out of them points.
Now, I will say this. You can always tell someone's mannerism, approach, and love when they bring you food. And
I was hungry.
she brought us some incredible food. Fried. Matter of fact, before we forget, and I'm going to let you do your thing, we got to shout them out.
We have to.
We know what it's like to have terrible grub, and this grub was phenomenal. I had to make sure my lips weren't greasy. I
Let me tell you, the shoes went off. They just flew off my feet because I'm like, okay, this is good. Chef Rock never disappoints over at Louisiana.
Shout out to
Fried
Chef Rock.
chicken and seafood. I
Right
mean,
on
the
Foothill.
food is incredible in Fontana. So everybody stop. Where you eat? You can eat right on Foothill.
Absolutely. This is how
East
fire.
of
This is how
Sierra.
fire it was. I usually put hot sauce on my fried fish.
Didn't need it.
I didn't even need it. So thank you for bringing that grub. I was hungry.
Yeah.
Phil didn't get a. You didn't get a bite, huh?
we
Phil?
love Chef Rock. Well, the mayor only brought food for you because she only
No,
likes you.
that's not
She
true.
likes you more than she
I
likes
was
me.
told you had a big breakfast. I'm just trying to help you, homie. I'm trying to make sure things work for you,
I
okay?
appreciate that.
I know what it feels
my
like
wife
to be
appreciates you not
challenged
overfeeding me.
when you're trying to not eat just because. But I was getting me something to eat.
Yes,
I had a
ma'am.
meeting that I needed food.
Hey. So Augie, here's how we do it. I'm going to set the stage. Here at Backstage, we talk about
And you need
life.
to explain that because
What?
people don't realize that's my nickname, Augie.
Oh yeah, you know when you get to know someone really good, you call them like nobody calls me Isaiah. Everyone calls me Iz, but you got to know me to call me Iz. So I
Right.
feel like I know you to be able to call you Augie. So
Yes.
again, how we do it here Backstage, me and Phil make it a point to talk about everything that happens that you don't usually hear, right? Conversations that, just in life in general, bloopers, all the funny shit, things that just might go wrong, things that have gone wrong, what you like in life, what motivates you, what inspires you, what makes you get up every day and say, I'm going to pound the pavement again today.
Or
So
just what's involved
Yeah.
in a day in the life of. I think one of the things about you, Mayor, you're so out there. I mean, there's a lot of content that the city and that you create personally.
She's in the streets.
You're
She's
out
in
there
the
all the
streets.
time.
Yep.
I think one of the things, like we interviewed our own lovely Stephanie Orduña a few weeks ago, and we talked about what's involved in the productions they do on what Fontana Now and the interviews on the streets.
Well, we just hope the bleeps from Mayor Monday never get out. Never get out.
We'll keep those to ourselves.
yeah, so
But anything about stuff
yeah,
like
like
that.
a day in the life as Aquanetta.
What-
What does that look like for you?
Well, I tell you, it's changed.
Okay.
Because, I did have some health issues.
Okay.
And, I founder of Healthy Fontana, I felt like I needed to set an example for everyone, too. But the last 3 years, I found out that your morning is the most important time of your day. And I should have known that from my roots being around my grandmother in Birmingham, Alabama, who would get up every morning, cook breakfast, and pray for 30 minutes while we had to smell the good bacon and hope, is she ever going to get off her
Bacon.
knees so we can eat? But now, guess who's on their knees in the morning? Me. And when I get off the knees after praying for everybody, my family,
Yeah.
this city, this state, this nation, this world, and more importantly, just telling God thank you
Yep.
First thing I do is put on some tennis shoes and get on the walking pad right next to my bed. Turn the crazy news on so I can get that out the way. Just making sure Fontana didn't get bombed last night. And I watch the news while I walk past, hug my daughter before she leaves for work because she doesn't like to experience that.
Yeah.
She goes, Mom, just let me take one picture. No, I'm in my pajamas with my tennis shoes on. Then I sit there and I thank God for the experience I'm having.
Yeah.
And what am I going to do to make it a better day? Not only for me,
For everyone.
but for everyone.
Yeah. You know, and that's the thing. I think what's resonated with me the most with being next to you is understanding your core thread, which is family. You know, like just eating here, you talking to your son, and just like, you know, just it reminds me of my mom because my mom is still very much active in my life and my day to day.
Well, he knew I was getting fish, so he's making it clear. Don't eat it all.
Yeah,
Bring
don't-
it home. Bring it. I'm here
There's
at your
plenty left.
house
There's plenty
waiting.
left.
I'm waiting.
Yeah. So that's the thing too. I think, you know, in your role, in your position, and we'll dive into that. But what's like the art of balance for you between what you get up and do every day for the city, you show up, you execute. How much of that eats out of what you do as it relates to your family, like the quality time? And
Well,
those
you know,
things?
I'm trying to get better because I've been terrible. You know, I think about my good friend, Jeanette Allard. We used to take our daughters places, and her daughter had a thing about, I've got bad mommy stories. And my daughter could say, I got horror stories.
Oh, man,
But
that's great.
I'm learning how to balance more through my grandchildren.
Right.
You know, the little ones.
Yeah, it's like a second chance,
It's
right?
a second
Yeah.
chance, and I'm creating a bedroom for them right now because I want them to stay over so I can take them to school because they go to my church school now,
Yeah.
and they're near me, and,
Yeah.
and I keep telling them, we're going to walk the trail to school.
Yeah.
Something that really means a lot to me when I was growing up in South Central over at 107th Street Elementary School. We lived on 104th, and those 3 blocks with my sisters and my brother, that set the day off.
Yeah.
The 4 of us walking down the street, looking back, waving at my mom
Yeah.
and my dad on the porch, and they'd watch us as long as they could see our little feet. And then it was the 4 of us, and we would talk about how much we were going to harass our teachers that day. And I was trying to be a businesswoman.
You had a plan for disrupting the
Yeah,
class.
disrupting the class.
She's a disruptor.
I'm a disruptor. So
For
I was
sure.
just like, you know what? We're going to fix Miss Moore today.
Yeah.
I hope she don't see this. But I love stopping by the the 10 and dime store.
Yeah.
Now, who calls it 10 and dime? Didn't know at that time that they were the same. And I would spend my little money on getting hot toothpicks.
Yeah.
I'm dating myself now. Lemon heads and licorice.
Lemon heads.
And I take some of my mother's.
That's a Mexican favorite.
I'm telling you, lemon heads. Well, the black people love them too. But them lemon heads be on your lips when the boys look at you. You got yellow lip. But we take that stuff and I sell it to the kids
Yeah.
before we go into class so we could bounce off the walls. We didn't know sugar was doing that to
Right.
us. So it was fun.
Yeah, I still believe like the food triangle was severely wrong. Did anybody come to that conclusion?
You think? Recommended daily ounce of sugar, all of it.
You know, you look at the peach cobbler on the cabinet and you know you better not touch it. So you would eat your food so
Yeah.
you could get to it.
Yeah.
So balance is an issue
So
for me.
if I can jump into that original conversation is on, because I think Aquanetta knows everybody, and I
Yeah.
got to call you by your name. I can't call you by your title because I can't let everybody know that you're my boss's boss. So this is because it's just a conversation.
Yep.
So I think that everyone that knows her knows the family and community part, but most people don't know her. They know the political side or the city council side of her. So when Iz and I were talking to you about having this conversation, it's like, this is the community side of you.
Yeah.
So talking about, how that was ingrained in you young, but how does that translate into today? And what does that mean to your day? How does that impact? I mean, you have the famous stories, but just going to Costco is where you do most of your governing, because that's where you find out about everything going on in the
Everybody
city.
tells me, girl, you know this is going on. Everybody tells me.
I get trapped in the Costco. That's a downfall for me.
Yep. But you know what? For me, we had the little black and white TV, and my mother was very strong in her faith, but she always was worrying about her family, and so did my dad, because they came from Birmingham, Alabama. My dad used to tell us.
Is that the Bible Belt?
It is.
Okay.
Like Fontana has become too. But I'm going to tell you, when you have your father telling you how they would walk to school and people lynching from trees, and then you look on the news and the police are getting the dogs after people while they're protesting for the basics, for learning how to read and write, having the right to be educated, having the right to vote, it does something to your brain mechanism. You begin to say, what can I do to make this right?
Yeah.
And as a little girl watching that and knowing my parents' reaction when President Kennedy got killed, I remember my dad came to pick us up. We only had one car. And we were all sitting in the back. And to see your parents with tears, your teachers crying, you're trying to figure out what happened, and you find out the president's been shot, it's amazing. And then you're in school and everything's going fine, and your older cousins are coming to pick you up because they just killed Dr. King.
Yeah.
And people are talking about rioting, or just standing on the front porch during the Watts riot and seeing the one market burned down, and you're worrying about the people that work there.
Yeah.
And it makes you say, I got to do better. I got to do something. And my dad was big on don't complain, fix it.
Yeah.
So all those things came together. When we had to, I remember they were coming down our street during the Watts riot and said, they're going to burn all these houses. And my dad worked nights. And he had gotten a note to get on the Harbor Freeway to get to Canova Park for Rockadine where he worked. And isn't it ironic, during the Dr. Rodney King verdict, I was consulting in the city of Upland. Montclair had it all, you couldn't go anywhere past Montclair on Central. I would get off on Central and go down. When I got off the freeway, it never dawned on me that I would have to get permission to come back out this way, because my license tag said Compton. My license had Compton, California, where I lived.
Yeah.
And I started crying on the way back home because I thought about how my dad told me how it was dehumanizing.
Yeah.
That in America, you black, you got to have a note to get to the white part of L.A. And here I am, black, coming out this way. And when they told me, you need to get in touch with your employer because please don't take this personal, man. We just not, because people were trying to come out here too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get it, but on the way home, I just put the two together and it did something to me.
Yeah.
It really did.
So I think it's fair to say, I think just based on those experiences, it's definitely shaped your perspective.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
I mean, being the first African-American, one of the first African-Americans bused to integrate LA Unified School District, because I could not go to Gompers.
Yeah.
They was waiting on me because I used to fight.
You've seen some things we haven't seen, I haven't seen, so I can't even, just the things that I've seen have shaped my perspective.
Yeah, these girls told me, when you come to, that time it wasn't called middle school, junior high, we're going to get you.
Yeah.
So the principal, I never forget when she came down my mom and dad's house, because we would always be in the kitchen like we weren't listening. They were in our little living room there. And she was talking about, we have a program, they want to integrate LA Unified. They want to start with our group. But we can't get any of the black parents to participate. But I think Aquanetta would work out perfectly. Because I was, doing my thing.
Yeah.
And she said, my parents immediately said, that's what we want for her. We want her to have a better education. And plus, maybe we can get her from going that other route.
Yeah.
And that was the best experience. But that first day was not fun. They was waiting on me out there with signs, and they were very nice. But then they put me in a classroom all by myself. And I'll never forget, Superintendent Johnston came down to Dana Junior High School and told the principal, we did not need an extra room. We want her to be integrated with the class. And by the way, she plays violin and piano, and her mother wants her in the chorus playing. And it was just liberating getting in that classroom, because I looked around there and there were people from all over the world. They forgot this is the Navy base down there. So I got to learn how to love so many different people. Colorblind.
Yeah.
Because we all just loved each other.
Yeah.
So why are you so mean to me?
Well, you know what happened? I've been knowing you a long time. It's probably because when you used to bring your plans in, your attitude. It was terrible.
I'm kind of an ass.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I every time I hear Phil talk like that, I get upset because I didn't get to experience that Phil. Phil's already bad already. I can't even imagine how bad he was.
No, Let me tell you, Phil was on it.
Yeah.
His brother was impatient, but Phil was on it.
Phil's a sniper for sure.
Yeah, he's a sniper.
Yeah.
But the good thing about Phil, I never forget when he really got into the why. Remember you came to me?
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to diversify the YMCA's board. And we had good Kathy Ford. She's now Etiwanda school board member.
Yeah.
I said, I got the perfect person for you, Phil. And she got on that board and made a difference.
Yeah, well, so the quick backstory is I was the chairman of the Rancho YMCA board 20 years ago, and it was literally 8 old white guys. And I'm like, there's no
Doesn't
women.
surprise me, guys.
Our executive director was a female, but there was
Yeah.
no women.
Yeah.
There was no, and a YMCA is something you're trying to be a community collective.
Absolutely.
So it just didn't make any sense, and I was fortunately able to reach out to the mayor and say, I need friends. I need
Yeah.
someone to come
Yeah.
here and talk
Yes.
differently than these 7 guys that look just like me.
And I tell you,
That's
caring, this man,
Yeah.
caring, charitable things we were trying to do when I worked in the city of Upland, he was always there.
Yeah.
And he's doing that here.
Yeah.
So
Phil
anyway.
shows up. for
So
sure.
anyway, the mayor.
The mayor.
This
So,
has nothing to do with Phil.
I think that brings me to this point because I think how all of that has shaped you and where you're at in your life. I mean, we all know hands down you get it done here in Fontana. That is tried and true. I want to know about the folks that don't listen, the hardheads that you got to deal with that just,
Well,
man,
you know
if you
what?
don't move out of the way and let
I
me get
get
this
it.
done.
You know, one time this guy called me a transplant. I said, well, if you're a transplant, you're here to solve a medical condition. Transplant heart, transplant
Yeah.
lung, transplant aquanetta.
Well, you were like, I'm a chess piece.
I'm a chess piece.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So for me, I came out here with every hope in the world.
Yeah.
Compton, it wasn't a nightmare, but it wasn't a dream.
Right.
You know, I kept running into problems because I was in banking. Of course, I had to wear a suit, and, you know, that didn't necessarily work in the hood, and everybody like, what kind of work that girl do? But the thing
She's
is...
an agent. Stay away from her.
Yeah, exactly. But I told my ex-husband, we had 2 boys, and we had my baby. She was only 6 months. And they had that riot. I said, Tim, we lived through the Watts riot.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, and now the Rodney King verdict, because that's what jumped everything off.
Yeah.
No one ever will discount what happened to Rodney King. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But this has been a history systematic for black people in this nation.
Yeah.
But do you sit around and whine about it? No, you get out and you fix it.
Yeah, you make things
So
happen.
I said, I'm worried about these kids. I was close to my parents. I was close to his dad. We were by our church. You know, we had to put the kids in private school.
Yeah.
But because it got so bad, and they just wouldn't make the focus education.
Yep.
I said, I have been able to be out here consulting in Upland. People are out in the front yard. They got trees. The lawns are manicured.
Yeah.
The schools are very good.
Everything looks good.
Everything looks good.
Yeah.
I said, I think we need to look around.
Yeah.
And we did, and we got into Fontana. It got down to the realtor. When I got rid of him, I said, I'm looking for rancho quality and Fontana prices.
We call that champagne wishes with beer money.
Beer money. So we ended up in the Village of Heritage, and I never ever regretted it.
Yeah.
But for me, it was trying to make it better for my children.
Yes.
And also better for me.
Yeah.
Because I need to work on things. I
Yeah.
need to fix things. That's just my DNA.
Yeah.
And I did not want Fontana to look like where I grew up at
Yeah.
or where I was, growing up as an adult married. And every time something would happen, my radar would go up and say, oh, no. That ain't happening here.
Yeah.
And then
we feel that. We feel that.
Yeah, and the
throughout
people
the
that
years.
moved out here too, we all felt the same way.
Yeah.
So call us a transplant, but this is our hometown
Chess
too.
piece. Chess
That's right,
piece.
chess
Yeah.
piece. But this is my hometown too.
How much fuel do you have left in your tank to keep shaking and moving mountains?
You know what? I think I can keep going.
I
as
think so,
long
too.
as
I
long
totally agree.
As things that this is my plan.
Yeah.
I was the vice chair for the general plan committee. Best thing ever could have happened to me. Ken from Sierra Realty, he was the chair. I was the vice chair. Our ex-mayor wanted to be the vice chair. I said, you cannot be the vice chair of a community meeting. Come on, stop it. So I ran and I won.
Yeah.
But we did a plan for this city in 2002. And I keep telling everybody, I'm living out that plan. When that plan is completed, I'll be gone.
You're at the crib with feet up.
I'll be feet up,
Yep.
rocking chair, looking at everybody try to screw it up again.
And guess what? They always do.
Yes.
They always try
do.
to.
They always
Yeah.
try to, but we're leaving a foundation.
I think too the foundation, and I'm going to call it legacy, because at the end of the day, you're going to be remembered for what you did and what you did wrong, right?
Oh, yeah.
So at the end of the day, I think where you sit on that side of the coin, that's why I said it's some things you can't contest. I mean, you see it. You see the things. I grew up here,
Right.
next door. So it's like, have somebody that has that type of perspective, mentality, and will to push through all the chaos and just keep going. I mean, that pulls a lot out of you at some point.
I think most of people in this area, in this region, don't understand the value of the spine of an elected official.
Yeah.
Because if you think of it, there's 230,000 people in the city of Fontana.
Yeah. Massive.
If 5% of those people don't like anything you're doing, that's 10,000 people.
Yeah. And you know.
And you hear from
Yeah,
those
you know.
10,000 people.
Yeah. They're at your crib.
As
What
you know,
the hell?
either a government employee or an
Yeah.
elected official, you're trying to do the best you can for the most people you can.
Absolutely. You got to be
So-
Jesus to everybody. I always
And if
say,
you're
yeah.
satisfying 55% of the population, that means there's 100,000 people out
Yeah.
there that would want something at least
Yeah.
a little different.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing. I think the great thing about this city, and I don't want to get too dragged into the conversation about the city, but the great thing about this city is for the last 20 or 25 years, there's been a very consistent council with a very consistent vision for the future. And what you're seeing come about
It's
over
execution.
the last year and the next couple of years is based on 20 years of building a foundation.
Yeah. No,
You know,
I
when you
agree.
say that, there have been times John Roberts has been on the council the longest, John
Yeah.
and I. John, when I'm not sure, I just walk up to John and say, John, where are you?
Yeah.
And when he says, I'm with you, then I say, okay, I'm not going to stop till I
Yeah.
get it.
You can get things done. Yeah.
But when John says, Mayor, we might want to back off of this. I might not like it,
Yeah.
but I need that hard pulse.
Yes.
The other thing, the reason why I'm doing this is because of the people.
Yeah.
People tell me daily, please don't leave. Please don't
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
We like what's going on. Don't let them scare you out.
Yeah.
And I grew up in an environment where if I had been a scary cat, as they used to call them, I wouldn't be here today.
And we'd see it.
Yeah. And I always felt like if I'm not doing it totally right, somebody up there is going to correct it.
Absolutely.
But what bothers me when I've seen things go wrong is when I'm clueless.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm totally clueless, not even knowing that this is going on.
Right.
That people are sitting up at night trying to figure out how to destroy. And we have those kind of people.
For sure.
That just sit up, I'm going to destroy what they're up to.
Yeah.
But then I always try to talk to people.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the people that have shown up at our council meeting, and I've gone after them a day or two later and said, now that you cool off, do you mind chatting?
Yeah. Let's have a conversation.
Let's have a conversation. Where did we go wrong?
Yeah. See, the fact that you plug in like that, I think relates to one of the biggest superpowers we have, which is the human element. And being able to have a conversation. Now, mind you, some folks, no matter what it is,
I've
you
lost
can't make
a lot
right.
of people. They say,
Yeah.
I'm never going to work with you. I don't like your nationality.
Yeah.
I don't think a woman, you people don't realize, I'm wondering if woman or nationality plays a bigger part.
Yeah,
so if
for
you
sure.
got both of those going against you, you don't know which
That's a
one to
tough fight.
pull from. It's a
Yeah,
tough place.
it's a tough fight.
But one guy told me that. He said, I'll never deal with a black woman. Straight out.
Yeah.
He's dealing with one, though.
Well, we know that wasn't Phil, thank God. All
Yeah.
right, guys. Can't round of applause.
I'm just going to sit here
Yeah.
quiet with my Mexican and black friend and just shut
No,
my
but people don't realize
Phil's
that
more Mexican
same
than me
guy-
sometimes. So.
That same guy, after really getting to know me,
Yeah.
he came over one day and said, give me some signs, give me some brochures.
Oh, we broke bread.
And he said, don't judge,
Yeah.
but you won me.
Yeah.
And it was through his son.
You made the investment, though.
Yeah.
You know, I think what I love about her the most is she reeks life.
Oh.
She's energetic. She's fun.
But I'm having fun.
I know she loves good music because I ran into her at the golf tournament the other day, and I had the curated music cracking. But I think that says a lot about what also exists here in Fontana is that you feel the sense of life behind your motivation and what you're getting done.
This place is meant to shine.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. We are that light.
Some of the residents don't even know that.
That's right. We are the light
They'll
for
come
the
around.
region.
They'll come around.
So here's a funny story. So the mayor will brag, and rightfully so. We have 52 parks in the city of Fontana.
Yeah.
It's an obnoxious amount of parks
Yeah.
because this city has always invested in
That's
the
how we
community.
keep the
It's about
kids off the
families,
Yeah,
right?
street.
have 'em- yeah.
So we're recognizing that a lot of our residents and business owners, they know their neighborhood or their block, and they don't know a damn thing about the rest of the city.
Yeah.
So we're putting out survey information. What do you like about this? And one of the first 3 months of the survey, one of the big answers come back and it says, "What does Fontana need more of?" And the answer, and a statistically relevant sampling said, parks. I'm like, are you kidding
Wow.
me?
I laid
Walked
down on the
around
ground. I
So-
went, what?
But what that means is most of our, especially we've doubled in population the last 20 years. So a lot of our residents and business don't know anything about the city.
Yeah.
So one of the things that the mayor is been having all focus on is we need to let people know how
Yeah.
awesome Fontana is.
Exactly. I sit and I talk to Philip, Catherine, and Peter Garcia, the mayor pro tem. And
Shout out to
we
Pete and Phil.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we crack up laughing because we go to these meetings and somebody, inevitably, if we had more parks, and we're like, wait a minute, come here, look out the window. There's one on that corner, one on that corner.
Yeah.
But I think when I was on Undercover Boss, that was the funniest.
Yeah.
Because people literally were coming up to me saying, I did not know about the Nature Center. And I live practically maybe a couple of streets down.
Right.
I'm embarrassed. But yet people all over now, they come in groves to visit that because they saw it on Undercover Boss.
Yeah.
And it just cracks me up.
Most of the city doesn't even know about this place where
Yeah.
we're
Oh, yes.
recording this right now.
Yes,
It's
they-
insane. No one leaves their neighborhood.
Oh, I called around for some friends because we had Southern Avenue this weekend. I had so much fun. Those girls, I think she should have been in that movie for Tina Turner, the singer.
Yeah.
That girl could dance, and to have high heels on, she's my hero from here on out.
Yeah.
But I had to call around and tell people, this group is coming.
Yep.
Stage Red, where's that? I said, excuse me? Stage Red, it used to be Center Stage, is right on Sierra.
I almost get
I've been-
offended. I almost get offended
I know.
when I get that
was
response.
been passing by that place, wondering what it was.
Yeah.
Got a marquee out there. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. I heard you had a great time. I know you like to dance. I
Oh,
know
I had a ball.
good music moves you. I know that.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you, that's what kept my family. My dad used to sit up and listen to his 78s.
Mm-hmm.
He loved jazz and the blues. Muddy Waters.
Muddy.
He played saxophone.
Okay.
So music is part of our family.
It's in your DNA. Yeah.
It's part of our DNA. My aunt played for her husband's funeral.
Okay.
I used to make my money in college playing at some of the black mortuaries in South Central on Saturdays. Put my little suit on and go down there because I knew
Yeah.
the piano players and organ players, they'd be,
Yeah.
three crap to the wind.
Right.
Don't want to get up for the early services. So I cleaned up on Saturdays.
Yeah, that's funny.
But, it was just that experience, music, what it has done to the culture.
Yeah, for sure.
And when
Across
they
the
have
water, all
groups
over the
here,
globe.
all over the place. But I tell you, I love it all.
Yeah.
I'll go to wherever for rock. I love jazz. I love Gerald Albright. He opened up here at Stage Red.
You know what?
for us.
I'm beginning to believe Gerald Albright is your
That's my
That is
go-to
your
man
go-to.
when it comes to music.
Yeah.
I've seen Gerald when we were little. He used to bring his instrument to
Yep.
school. He had that instrument on one
you have a
hand and his
personal
beautiful
connection.
wife
Yeah.
Glennis
Yeah.
on the other. And they're still married.
Yeah.
So he's always been focused.
Yeah.
So then you got hip hop. I love hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
I have to turn it down when I'm headed into church because nobody want to hear all that. Like State of the City, we did Blow Your Whistle. I thought Monique was going to have a
blow your
stroke.
whistle. Yeah.
But it worked out.
Yeah.
And then last year we did They're Not Like Us because they are not like us.
Yeah.
But whoever, can I ask
Yeah,
this?
talk to him. Talk to him.
We had our parade and we had that music blasting when I was talking. And you took it out of your time to walk across the street and give me your jacket that had on the back. They're not like us. And did I thank you? If I didn't and you're watching, thank you so much. You have allowed me to wear that jacket, and I've been able to get in places they probably wouldn't have paid me no attention. But because I had that on the back, they're like, come on in here. You belong here. So thank you.
That's dope. Now I'm going to ask you this because I know your schedule is crazy.
It
Daily.
is.
Do you ever just be like, look at some shit and you're like, I don't want to do that today. Do you ever go off, like veer off?
I do. I disappear. It
Okay.
ticks my daughter
Captain
off.
Mysterio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesse, you know who really gets mad is Jesse Armendariz. 'Cause
Jesse.
Jesse thinks he's my dad. So Jesse,
Me papa.
me, Papa, you ain't doing that. You know, I'll be talking. I'm blah, 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 blah. Nope, you ain't doing that either.
Yeah.
But I get in my car.
Yeah.
I put on my jeans. I get my baseball cap. You will not believe what I like to do the most.
Drop
With
it.
sunglasses. Walk around town and just talk to people.
Undercover.
Undercover.
Oh,
And
snap.
find out what they think. And that's what really...
See, that's why I say you're in the streets, man.
Yeah.
You have your finger on the pulse. There are certain things you can't do from afar.
Right.
And even my love and passion for Stage Red and working with Phil, it's like there's just certain things you can't do from afar. You got to be in it. You got to be glued to the wall. You got to
Right.
understand the core of its pedigree so that it can be what it's supposed to be and be successful.
But you know what I really love? I love going down to Newport Beach.
That's it. I'm out of here.
No, let me tell you what happens.
I'm just kidding.
No, let me tell you what happens.
Yeah.
I don't care how many times I go down there. People just come up to you and say, "Where you from?" Fontana.
Yeah.
Oh man. Fontana got it going on.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love to hear other areas describe our city. They don't
Fontana's
know who I
kicking
am.
ass. Yeah.
And they're like, my sister lives there or my brother moved there. I love going down to San Diego. I love going down to Los Angeles where I grew up at. I love that.
I'm going to ask you, because I asked Phil a couple of shows ago, what's your favorite Mexican food spot out here?
Oh my God. You're going to get me in
I
trouble.
know you know. Okay, so let me say, he
Oh,
said,
you gonna
I
get
know
me in
you got a
trouble.
couple, but okay, let's narrow it down to a specific
don't
food item.
understand the precarious position you're putting someone in that works for a city.
Hey, it's backstage,
to talk
man.
shit. Because it's not intended to belittle any other place, but it will come across that way.
Okay.
Yeah, but
so-
you know what, though? This is the problem. I like
Favorite
to walk.
place you've eaten in the last month? How's
Okay,
that?
I
Favorite
like
dish?
to walk, so it's easy for me to go over La Tapita on baseline because they have ground beef tacos.
She does.
So
love
I
that.
love ground beef tacos, too.
Honey, I'm sorry.
Crunchy
Can't find
shell?
those everywhere.
All of my Latino sisters get so mad at me. You go carne asada or carnitas. I say, you guys,
Yeah, ground beef hard shell.
I'm going to eat that too.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, I came from a mother that would make us ground beef tacos.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't, it was easier. Because that's what she loved.
Yeah, throw the tortilla in some
Some
oil.
grease,
and-
put the ground beef in it. Nobody's complaining. Get that lettuce. That's how
That
we got our lettuce and
cheese.
tomato.
Yeah,
how
little
you
red
get your
sauce.
I had to get to be an adult to get the cheese. No, but I love all our restaurants, and that really, when I talk about clueless,
Yeah.
my biggest challenge was when we were having that issue with the street vendors.
Yes.
The look on the Latino business owners' faces when they came to meet with me. The mayor pro tem, he told me, we need to meet with the businesses. They're having a problem. I said, sure. When they came to me and told me they were running out of business, they were going out of business, and one went as far as saying she had moved her parents back to Mexico because she was scared.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know all that was going on.
Yeah.
And that hurt me. And so I made a point. We're protecting your business. You're not having to leave. No one's going to extort you. You're going to stay here where you belong.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And
That's amazing to have that.
so I support those businesses 100% because they live here.
Yeah,
They're part of our DNA.
for sure.
And they work hard and they follow the rules, and that's what disturbed me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wanted to develop a way, if you want to have a business and you want to do what you need to do to have that business legally, we have to help you.
Yeah, we got you.
And we
Like,
did all
yeah,
of that.
That's what we do.
That's
Yeah.
what we do.
I mean, I
and
think if-
still doing it.
Yeah.
If you look back at the history, and I know we're getting pressed on time, and I apologize for
We're all over
we
this
start
map.
talking about
This is
nonsense
good
stuff.
conversation.
But if you
No.
look back at the history of the last 20, 25 years of this council, what I'm going to say is the recovery of Fontana. Because this is not your 1980s or early 1990s Fontana.
Yeah.
But that all started 20, 25 years ago. As the mayor mentioned, the prior mayor, Mark Noemi, and the council that was there, they had if we want to build Fontana, we got to build the economy.
Yeah.
So they did a lot of things to support the business, the growth in Fontana. not only are we physically a different presence than we were even 5 years ago,
Oh my goodness.
we outpaced nationally our economic growth, our values. The personal wealth of individuals that live in Fontana has grown because of those policies. So,
And we got people off the freeway.
You can't turn your back on them once they've invested all their life savings into getting a restaurant
But
going.
I wanted the street vendors to come in, and we tried.
Yeah.
We did classes. You know, I went and talked to some
you
of them.
put a process
but
in
a
place,
lot of them were
infrastructure.
part of a bigger picture
Yeah.
where they were working for somebody
Yeah.
that just was getting around doing
Yep.
what they needed to do.
Yeah.
And that to me wasn't right because
Yeah.
they would tell me, you know, because they call me Major.
Yeah.
Major, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, we're working here. We're not. This is not us.
Right.
And that hurt me. The same thing with the warehousing situation. People don't realize those plans were put in place almost 50, 40 years ago.
Right.
Where they probably didn't do a good job as planning where the houses would be.
Yes.
And we try our best to make things right. But people are off the freeway. Everybody that moved out here in the 90s had to go back into LA and Orange and San Diego County to work. Now
Yeah.
you don't have to do that. We've
Yeah,
had
it's here.
people tell me
Yeah.
how they off the freeway.
Yeah.
So I've lived over off of Cherry for years with those warehouses. And I only see if I'm coming back from the casino late at night, those trucks most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I got to tell you, we're where we are because of the people that live here. Those guys on the council with me, they really want to see the changes.
Yeah.
And we work as a team. That's why Team
takes a
Fontana is
team.
so strong.
Yeah.
Poor
And if
John's been waiting 32 years.
Yeah. And downtown is the next frontier.
Yeah. That
It
is.
really is.
That is.
And we're working it.
We are.
But we got to get people to come down here.
Yeah.
And
We got to
will.
get them to experience the beauty and how we're shaping the future of what Fontana is
And-
going to be even more.
And my goal was to make Fontana national. We're done that.
Yeah.
People know about Fontana in
Yeah.
D.C.
Yeah.
I don't care what administration's there. They know about this city.
Yeah.
And it's not based on our population count. It's based on our influence and what we're trying to
And what's
do.
been accomplished. I
Yeah.
mean, at the end of the day, when you've got a city that has doubled in value in 10 years,
Yep.
whose economy, economically, from a sales tax perspective, has more than tripled in 10 years because of the new businesses that have been tried, it's impossible. And I know there's 100 people that live in Fontana that are going to come and they're going to complain about it, and God bless them. By the way,
Yeah.
if you listen to them, you can always find some valid. What's the root?
Yeah.
You know, what is it that they're really trying to say? As
Yeah.
emotional and
Yeah.
and what I appreciated about the mayor, she said, a few days later, sometimes you talk to them because you hear that nugget.
Yeah.
That sometimes, you know, we just want a farmer's market. Okay, that's a great suggestion. We're going to do that.
Yeah.
And you spend 10 minutes just arguing about things. Just
Yes.
listen for the
Yeah,
nuggets,
listen for
and
the
you can
nugget.
always pull it out.
When I pull them away from their groups and I talk to them, like this one guy called me from D.C. about 2 weeks ago. He said, when I was in a meeting with some of the people that have been, I guess they're fighting with you or whatever. I said, well, I didn't think we were fighting. I thought we were conversing and I was winning. He said, stop it, girl. But he said, the question I asked him, have you ever sat down with her? And he said they all looked at him and said, no.
What a crazy idea.
Yeah.
We don't
That's a
like
new
it.
concept.
Yeah, new concept.
I'd rather bitch
He said,
about it
I
than-
suggested that you go talk to her
Yeah.
because what they don't understand, I have been turned around.
Yeah.
People have come to me and said, Mayor, you're off limits, right, on this subject. I want to show, and I go and look, and I change my mind. And had to fight sometime with my colleagues. Say, you know, we got it wrong, guys.
Yeah.
We need to do it
See,
this way.
and that's an incredible skill to be able to catch yourself and admit there is a better way, and we need to rethink. We need to adjust our perspective. Like, I can maybe count 4 people on my hand of people that actually have the skill to say, you know what, that's me.
Oh no,
I'll take that.
I went over this lady's house. She was so angry.
Yeah.
And I went over there, and her son explained to me why she came to the meeting, why we did not do what she needed. And I looked at her and I said, you know what? Can you give me a chance to fix it? Because I didn't realize the other side.
Yeah.
Because I want people to love what I love.
Yeah.
You know,
And even being open to love what they love.
right.
you
And
know.
I want to have a two-way.
Yeah, for sure.
But some of these people talking that
It's
crap
impossible.
about me, they
Sometimes
never
it's-
have even met with
Yeah.
me.
They'd rather talk at you than to you. But
Yeah.
but again, though,
But that's okay.
Yeah.
I think the great thing about someone that has been in this realm for as long as the mayor is you can always listen.
Yeah.
And you can find those things that are common ground. Whether they're receptive to your common ground, that's not your issue.
Right.
But you know what my favorite is? Tell me the truth. You don't even live here, do you?
Most, yeah.
Yeah.
Most don't.
That's great.
Most don't.
Okay, so now I want to know, like, what are you listening to in your car right now? What's that song you turn on and your driving just gets better? Like, what is that environment in your ride?
Don't say
look like?
Gerald Albright.
No,
You
I
gotta pick
tell
somebody
you,
else.
right now I see our nation going through so much,
Okay.
and people are hurting.
Yep.
And then I see people hurting, but not realizing that we are in charge of our destiny.
Yeah.
And when I say that, it's out of love.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to these young people the other day, and they were like hurting.
Yeah.
And I told them, I said, you know what? You're hurting today, but you can fix this tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to get up out of this hurt and make it work for you.
You know what song comes to mind with that? Marvin Gaye.
Oh, yeah.
What's going
What's
on?
going on? But I'm going to tell you the song that I think brings us together. I Don't Want to Be a One-Man Band by Old Dominion. When I drove over here, I was listening to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think if you're just one person thinking it's all about you, you cannot achieve the
Can't
goal.
get nothing done.
And at my last day of the city, I had them play that song, and I made everybody come up on the stage that wanted to be part of the equation.
Yeah.
And that was fun for me.
Yeah.
So on the way over here today,
Okay, that's
because
the jam.
we're going to be having some challenges come up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say everything's going to be rosy around here, but we're going to get it done.
Yeah.
But no one-man band.
No one-man band.
Team.
Yes.
We need that, and we need to provide hope for people.
Okay. What kind of bloopers do you have in your arsenal?
Oh
Like,
my
I'll
God.
give you an example. Like when you show up to an event and you're supposed to talk, and you're talking, the mic's not on, and you got to do like, do you at all start to get
I'm gonna
frustrated
tell
internally?
you, for a female that runs to the restroom, worries more about her lips and washing her hands, and then you get on stage and a man is in the audience doing like this, because your pants,
Oh,
your suit pant is a zipper.
That's
That
a
happened to me
good
about
blooper.
3 weeks ago, and I was mortified. I went up to him after, did you see anything? He said, no.
yeah.
But the worst blooper in the world is if you're in the audience
Mm-hmm.
and you see somebody you haven't seen in a long time, and you're telling the story and they were in it.
Oh,
And that happened to me. An old boyfriend was in the audience,
Jesus.
and I was talking about, you ever had that worst date in the world? That's
Yup.
the way I feel about this program right now. And I looked right in his eye. I was like, this guy knows I'm talking about
yeah.
him.
He came here
He
specifically
came here
for me.
specifically to say that
Yeah.
to him.
That's great.
No, but I got some good bloopers.
You got some
but
good
I'm
ones?
not telling you.
As we all do. As we all do.
because they're bad. I mean, like having soda blow up in your face, and actually it became watercolored shirt. You know,
Yeah.
it turned out white, but it had some spots.
Yeah.
And I'm playing it off. You know,
Yeah.
this is the way the models do it.
Now I'm going to say this because I know we come from this thread as well. Have you ever just had to cuss somebody out?
Oh, honey. Oh, honey. I'll just talk about that at the golf tournament.
Yeah.
I got a chance to get busy,
Nice.
but it was in love.
Yep.
You only
Love hurts sometimes
bless
too.
out the people you love.
You know, me and my brother say that all the time because when we get to a place of now I just got to give you a dose. You don't cuss. You don't cuss the people out that you love. The people you don't love, it's over your.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Why
You know.
invest the energy and the time
Yeah.
and the creative process of coming up with a proper blessing?
I
too much.
tell you, my favorite line is, "Don't make me come down there,"
Yeah.
especially on the phone.
Yeah.
because I got some people that just
And you
don't
will pull
get
up.
it.
You will pull up.
I will pull up on you and
Yeah.
your family.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I'm getting scared of where this is going.
No, but
Mr.
I think
Avila.
this is great because, like I said, like at the end of the day, we are human beings, right? We're not
Right.
superheroes. Now we like to think we are sometimes.
And let's be
Yeah, I
honest.
mean, Phil, we got he's just his cape is different, right? But
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, like we're human beings, and we get better at this
Yeah.
thing called life. You know.
Yeah, and I'm really open to working with everyone.
Yeah. But here's the
I
thing,
don't
though.
care about all this stuff. You know, this politics stuff is
But
getting
you know,
on my nerves.
but I think at the end of the day, people tend to look at somebody's daily routine in life and think it's easy.
It's not.
Right? It's not easy until you get into a space where you got to make decisions that affect the community,
Right.
decisions that affect people in life, kids. And I always say, like, heavy is the crown,
Yeah.
but we understand what we were called to do,
Right.
and we do it as best as we can. But we're human beings at the end of the day.
But the
that's
results are the little kid that comes up to you and say, Mayor, can I take a picture with you?
Yeah, that's the win, huh?
That's the win.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I think we'd have to do 7 more episodes to get through some of the stories with her. But to your point, one of the things that I've had to realize now that I've been a worker in an office most of my life, I get stuff done. I'm not the guy out in front. Here lately, she makes me be out in front a little bit more. So I've had to recognize that I'm just a character in someone else's TV show to them. Mm-hmm. Right? So whenever I see how they're judging or looking at or talking about her or talking about you, I'm like, okay, that's their story. And
Yeah.
doesn't really change the movie character in my life.
Right.
So I think recognizing everybody's experiencing that moment maybe differently than you are is a whole lot easier way to understand and communicate with them where they're trying to go.
And you
For
have
sure.
to be honest with people about what your role is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Know your
Cities were
scope.
set up for public safety. That is our number one priority. We just added all
Public
this other
safety.
Stuff. Public safety.
Public safety is
That's
number
what makes
one.
Fontana
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I won't say, greater because we know our role.
Yeah.
And we make sure we support our cops and fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a hint.
That's it. One last thing before we wrap. 2 of your favorite movies.
Oh my goodness. Oh, let's do it again because it's funny as all get out.
Okay.
And let's see, which one? I have to watch Pretty Woman at least 3 times a year.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
How do you feel about those, Phil?
That's a deep cut pool. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would have
Richard
projected.
Gere,
Yeah.
I probably would have left everybody for that.
Yeah.
I, I know I would
Okay.
have. But you know what I liked about that story? She knew who she was,
Yeah.
but she knew who she could be.
Right.
And people don't realize that. I'm looking forward to the Pretty Woman too.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm reconditioning. I want to stay healthy, but
Yeah.
I also want to set examples. And I love that many of the young women in the community are coming up to me and saying, Mayor, we appreciate
Yeah.
the opportunities you're providing for us to walk and
That's
do all
awesome.
those things.
Well, we love what you're doing. We love you here at Backstage, where we can be totally uncandid and talk crazy
yeah,
sometimes.
I'm just like listening to the language here. My
and,
God.
And we all we also love having you here at Stage Red.
Well, I love you, and I love you.
Who do you love more though now?
I
You.
know.
Please
let
tell me I'm your favorite
Let's be
Mexican.
Listen, are you kidding? That's all I got in my life. No.
I'm sorry, Jesse.
Including my relatives, But I love what we're trying to get done
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
Because I see it's going to work.
Yeah.
I always tell people I ain't worried because
Yeah.
I know how this story going in.
Yeah.
Everybody going to be working. Everybody going to be thriving. And everybody going to get educated
Yep. And be inspired.
and be inspired.
Yep. Well, we love it. Thank you so much for carving out time for Backstage and sitting
Let me
here and
tell you,
rocking
I'll
with
come
us.
back. I had so much fun with you guys.
We're gonna do
today.
this again because
Yeah, we're
I
back
know
in
you
love
got some
again.
more stories in
I was
you.
worried. We're back in love again. I was questioning.
Yeah.
But I changed up.
Okay. I'm solid as a rock, hon.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so is Phil.
Well,
We're
thank
okay.
You. Thank you. Shout out to our beautiful city, Fontana. We are shaking and baking. Thankfully, we have a forward thinker.
Come on.
In
Bring
our
it
presence,
in, boys.
in
Come
our
on.
presence.
Let's get the group up.
Group hugs. Group hugs.
That was the.
Group
Backstage
up.
hug.
Backstage hug.
We love you. We love you. And thank you for tapping in with us. This one will be coming to you soon. Until then, stay blessed, stay safe, stay inspired, more importantly.
Screams.
Yeah. Direct